In today's Daily Dish, EA Sports has yet to provide a roster update for NBA Live 15, even as the competition is churning out detailed ones daily. A look ahead to the next Madden NFL 15 roster update. FIFA World is getting a massive game update, and a few things to expect on Pastapadre.com in the coming days. Having documented the turnaround being displayed by 2K Sports in terms of roster updates with NBA 2K15, that series, which has always offered poor post-release support, is now pushing out daily detailed updates. It then is especially disappointing to look at the competition and see the lack of effort being put out in the same area. NBA Live 15 hasn't received a roster update yet. That means you've still got Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook in the starting lineups for the Thunder, Steve Nash, who won't be playing this season and may retire, is starting for the Lakers, and other player movement isn't represented. For instance, J.J. Barea, signed October 29th by the Mavericks, is not on the roster. EA Sports makes a big deal out of their partnership with Synergy, but that only delivers tendency updates for players. Whether it happens shortly after every game ends or not, it doesn't help in regards to player movement, reflecting injuries, or enacting ratings changes. All that still has to be done manually by EA. And they failed with it in NBA Live 14. Weeks would go by without roster updates, and at one point over a month elapsed during the season without one. So it's distressing then to see NBA Live 15 start out without any dedication to rosters, as it shows it may just be viewed as a low priority by the company. 2K took constant criticism for sporadic and inaccurate rosters, and EA should face the same scrutiny now. Week 9 of the NFL season is in the books. We've seen a lot of ratings movement, big jumps based on single-game performances in recent weeks. That could continue again, even though it seems somewhat short-sighted, after Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and others turned in another monster week. Peyton Manning was recently moved up into the elite 99 overall club, and last week Richard Sherman fell out of it. It's quite possible the two will swap places this week. J.J. Watt seems to be the only player that will be stable at 99 throughout the season. There's little chance he'll drop even a single point. Rob Gronkowski may be there shortly. Names to look for on the rise this week include Ryan Tannehill, Jeremy Hill, Mike Evans, Junior Gillette, Robert Ayers, and Vontae Davis. Among those likely headed down are Phillip Rivers, Cam Newton, Brandon Oliver, Trent Williams, Ladarius Webb, and Alteron Werner. The free-to-play PC game FIFA World, which is essentially a standalone Ultimate Team game, is getting a huge update today. That includes a brand new game engine, new user interface, refreshed commentary, and new stadiums. More on all the advancements that have been made tomorrow. FIFA World is an interesting experiment for EA, as I've thought for years it was possible that EA would eventually break off Ultimate Team into free-to-play offerings for the consoles. We now have that model on both mobile, where all the sports games are Ultimate Team based, and with this PC game. A few notes to close out the episode, as there isn't much in the way of news otherwise today. The two final segments from the latest Press Row Hangout will go up tomorrow. There was an issue with processing the videos that caused it to be pushed back a day. Also, starting later this week, will be the return of the player face comparisons, this time between NBA Live 15 and NBA 2K15. This is always a popular feature, but there aren't many opportunities to do the comparisons anymore, since there isn't much competition in sports gaming any longer. With both 2K and EA crowing about their head scanning process, and both games excelling graphically, this should be an interesting one. Polls will start this week, with a total of 30 faces being examined, and then the results from those polls will follow next week. Be sure to visit Pastapadre.com for the latest sports gaming news and analysis. The site is updated every single day. Follow me on Twitter at Pastapadre, and subscribe on YouTube. I'll be back tomorrow with the next Daily Dish.